Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a while. I am doing the K for Keepsakes challenge over at my little scrapbook store. You still have until Sunday, December 5th, to enter your layouts for this challenge. And my keepsake is the game board or the scorecard from a game of Wingspan that we played over the holidays. I am using mainly close to my heart paper. Some of the Lawn Fawn paper, that blue paper, is actually Lawn Fawn paper, and it may be available still over in the store. I'm using the Vicky Bouton stamp set to make the flowers and the leaves, and basically I'm using some die cuts and things from other collections. So the first thing I did was make a square out of the Lawn Fawn blue paper, and then I distressed the edges with one of the distressors. And then I am getting a background paper and putting some ink around the edges of that. And basically, I'm making a big square. So I'm framing out all of these pictures together in one big square. And I'm going to offset that to the bottom right a little bit. I'm going to use the Relax, Connect, and Laugh are from the edge strip. You can tell it's been a while since I've done one of these. The strip, paper strip on the Close to My Heart paper. And then I'm just using that. So I'm trying to kind of just use up my stash right now. I've bought a lot of collections lately that are Christmas or fall, and none of those seem to really fall in line with this collection. So I dug through my collection of kind of leftover papers, and I found these, and I really liked how they looked with the game. So that Wingspan is just a picture I found on the internet of the actual cover of the game. And, that could also count as memorabilia. So, the idea of this particular challenge is to use something, memorabilia, as an embellishment. So if you didn't have like the game card like I did, I think you could count the fact that you're using the picture of the game that you played as your memorabilia. So I am going to be popping up some of these words. I'm going to put them kind of random, and that's going to give a little bit of dimension to this. I also colored them, inked the edges with the blueprint sketch. I kind of go back and forth lately between Prize Ribbon Blue and Blueprint Sketch. I'd be interested to see in the comments below if you have a favorite between the two of those. I am using some of these Scotch pop-up foam. Somebody that I knew scrapbooked for a long time and then stopped scrapbooking, and they gave me a whole bin of supplies, and this was one of the things in in that bin, and I'm just using it up. So, like I said, I'm trying to not buy any product right now because Christmas is coming and we're going to Disney World. So I'm trying to save money where I can, and part of that is just kind of using the supplies you have. So this is a good example of I'm pulling out supplies from three or four different collections. I'm using mainly paper. I'm making everything work for me. I used a stamp to create embellishments. And those are things you can do. Stamps go a long way in making embellishments, and you'll see with the flowers. They really pull this page together. I have no idea where these letters are from, but I needed a thin letter that matched the colors, and these particular blue ones worked perfectly for this. And they were exactly what I needed. So I'm going to have the title be Playtime. And then I am going to start kind of playing around with the page. I'm going to put this down, and like I said, I'm going to off center it to the lower right. And I thought a little bit about maybe backing that floral, trimming out that floral and putting another color, but I ended up really liking how it looked with the floral all around it, and I didn't feel like I needed that. So here are the I had one little bird. I think that's from a Vicky Bouton as well, and I just thought this was the appropriate page to use that. Here are the flowers and the leaves that I had stamped and colored a while ago, just kind of playing around, and they all happen to be the right color for this paper. And they are kind of the main embellishments because they are so big. I know one of the issues a lot of people have with some of those Vicky Bouton stamps is they are so large, but in this particular situation, it worked. Now I had this flare left over from it's like Studio Technique or something like that I have had for a while, and I bought it kind of in a grab bag, not really knowing what they were, and I haven't really had a chance to use it. I noticed they did match the color, so I'm going to try to use it here. I ended up only getting one of them on. This paper, although I really thought that it had a lot of pink, it actually has zero pink. It is yellow and purple and blue and green and no pink. So I had pulled out some things to go on here that ended up really not working because it doesn't have any pink. But I make it work, and I really like the way it all turns out. It does go very, very well with the Wingspan game and then with all the colors on the game boards. If you actually notice, the game board that's in my top photo there is all the same colors of this paper. It's all the same colors of the flowers I'm using. And that ends up making it just be perfect. So I've kind of putting there, that's a feather that I have. And I had wanted the feather to go kind of on the page just to have another kind of bird reference. And I have one more kind of leaf, and I'm just, using leaves and feathers and kind of making little embellishment clusters. I want to make sure the feather's still shown, so I kind of tuck that leaf underneath the flower. And now I'm going to write my journaling right down there. I could have drawn lines, I could have made a journal box, but I just thought it would work fine just to write right there under the game, the scorecard. And if you guys haven't played Wingspan, it's a really good game for. We played it with 2 people now and with 5 people, and it's a lot of fun. It's not too complicated, and it's like you're challenging yourself. So it's kind of like you're playing against yourself more than you're playing against other people. I will say, if you like party games where people are interacting a lot and there's a lot of like back and forth, this is not the game for you. This is more of a, I'm playing my own game, and you're playing your game, and we're at the table together talking, than it is kind of a party game. We also played Code Names that same weekend, and that is much more of a party game. So if you're looking for a party game, I recommend Code Names, which is totally different. But if you're looking for kind of a more in-depth game, Wingspan is the one that I would recommend. Now, that is the large jumbo date stamp that Michelle has in the store, and totally fun, but it is too big for these cute little labels. So I'm going back to my tried and true. And this particular date stamp that I have from Becky Higgins has just a 2-year, a 2-digit year. So I'm going to be able to use it forever and ever, never have to worry about it, which is great. And so basically, at this point, I kind of felt like I was done. There was a huge clump of cat hair because that's how my life goes. I really thought I was done. And then I decided, you know what, I haven't done in a while is enamel dots. And so I went through and I pulled out, and I ended up having these enamel dots. Also, no idea where they're from, but they ended up being perfect color match. So I'm going to put 3 up here next to my lovely little bird, and then I'm going to put 3 in the centers of the flowers. And from the time that I stop filming to the time that I show you the final product here, I do add a little butterfly, and I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Please enter your challenges over at the My Little Scrapbook store, and I will have that linked below. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.